the apex predator, the killer whale. Killer whales are as big as a bus, faster than an Olympic swimmer, high-flying and powerful.
We're gonna see all of that today and more. These and other behaviors provide an environment full of enrichment.
We spend days, weeks, months, years building relationships with our whales. This creates trust, and that allows us to do some amazing things. For example, when you visit the doctor, you present your arm to draw blood, or step on the scale to see how much you weigh. It's much the same with our whales.
Throughout today's experience, you'll see our killer whales moving together in unison. These synchronized behaviors allow the whales to strengthen their social bond and problem solve as a group. This is just another reason why they're known as the ocean's top predator. Their scientific name is Orcaenus orca. Their common name is the killer whale. Each of our 5 whales have their own personal names. Our 2 males, Tuar and Cayuget, and joining us right here before you are our females, Takara, Sakari, and Kamea. Kamea is the youngest whale of our pod at just 8 years old, and her mother, Takara, is the oldest at 30. Now Takara is the matriarch, which means that she is the leader. These whales trust us and take an active role in their health and well-being. Through the use of positive reinforcement training techniques, we're able to teach our whales husbandry or healthcare behaviors. Joining us in the slide out to our trainers, Laura, Casey, and Sean, to help demonstrate just a few of these behaviors.
Well, thank you so much, Tatiana. Sean is over here with Sakari, who is a 12-year-old killer whale. Sakari is going to help us demonstrate one of the first behaviors that we teach all of our whales. This behavior is called a fluke present. Now, as you can see, Sakari is going to roll over and place her tail flukes right up here at the side of the pool. Now, in this position, we can get a great look at the entire underside of their body, but more importantly, we can gain access to the easy-to-see shallow blood vessels that run along their tail flukes. Our veterinarians can draw blood from these vessels at least once a month during our whales' monthly physicals, and the whales are conditioned to remain calm throughout the entire procedure. Now you'll also see us offering the whales all kinds of different tactile reinforcement. So either rubbing them on their pectoral flippers, their backs, sometimes offering them brushes or splashing with water. All of this is because the whales have very sensitive skin, and it's just one of the ways we can continue to build our relationships with them.
That's right, Laura. Hey everybody, I'm over here with 30-year-old Takara, who's mom to both Sakari and Kamea. So collecting blood samples is just one way to ensure the health of the whales. Another diagnostic tool that we use is how much each whale weighs. So once a week in one of our back adjacent pools, we ask the whales to slide up and
past and present members of the United States Armed Forces or our other allies around the world to please rise. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in honoring these men, women, and their families. We thank you for your service, and before we begin today's presentation, we'd like to share some information with you about killer whales.
The ocean covers over 70% of the Earth's surface and is essential to all life, both in the sea and on the land. There's one animal that is the perfect ambassador for the ocean, and that's the Orcaenus orca, or killer whale.
Orca Stadium. I've been an animal trainer for 5 years, and I can tell you that it's more than just a job. It's a way of life. We have dedicated our professional and personal lives to the care of these amazing animals. It's a huge responsibility, but the ultimate privilege to care for, teach, learn from, and build strong relationships with these killer whales. We're excited to share what we've learned from those relationships with all of you today and for many years to come. Ladies and gentlemen, please enjoy Orca Encounter!
one interconnected ocean. A vast blue expanse critical to life on Earth. And there's no better animal to represent the ocean's beauty than the killer whale.
They live in every corner of the ocean, from the Arctic to the Atlantic, the Southern to the Indian, to the Pacific and beyond.
The killer whale story is the ocean story, and it's one we all share.
We are one world, united by our ocean.
Hello, SeaWorld! Woo! That was our killer whale family, showing off their size, speed, power, and problem-solving abilities. These behaviors keep the whales active and engaged. SeaWorld's family of killer whales. Throughout today's experience, you'll see the whales moving together in unison. These synchronized behaviors help strengthen their social bonds and allow them to problem-solve as a group. This is just another reason why they are known as the ocean's top predator. Their scientific name is Orca, and their common name is the killer whale. Our 5 whales have their own personal names. Our 3 females are Takara, Sakari, and Kamea, who are joining us right now. We also have 2 male killer whales, Kayukit and Tuar. Kamea is our youngest whale at just 8 years old, and her mother Takara is our oldest at 30 years old. Takara is also the matriarch of our whale pod, which means she is the leader. These whales trust us, and they take an active role in their own health and well-being. Through the use of positive reinforcement training techniques, we can teach them husbandry or healthcare behaviors. Casey, Kylan, and Sean are joining us today to help demonstrate just a few of these behaviors.
Thanks, Jace. Casey and I are over here with Kamea and her older sister, Sakari. And they're going to demonstrate one of the most important behaviors we train here at SeaWorld, called a fluke present. Now, not only in this position do we get a great view of the whale's entire bodies, but we're also able to get close to the shallow veins on the underside of their tail flukes. Our veterinary care staff can then come take a blood sample from these veins at least once a month during the whale's monthly physicals. Now, throughout today's presentation, you might notice us giving the whales back rubs, belly rubs, or a nice tail massage. Killer whales have extremely sensitive skin, so this is just one of the ways we can build strong relationships with the whales.
That's right, Kylan. I'm over here hanging out with Takara, and we're going to be celebrating her 31st birthday next week. She is going to demonstrate another important husbandry behavior that we utilize to check the animal's health. And this behavior allows us to find out how much the animals weigh. Located in an adjacent pool, we have a killer whale size scale. And once a week, we'll ask the whale to slide out of the water and onto that scale, which looks like this. Now you may notice that while she's in the shallow part of this pool, that part of her body remains in the water. That part of her body is behind her dorsal fin and is known as her peduncle, and it can weigh several hundreds of pounds. So in order for us to get an accurate weight on the whales, we simply ask them to lift their peduncle out of the water. And that's how I know that she currently weighs 4,640 pounds. This is very important information for us to gather. This way we know that our younger whales, like Sakari and Kamea, are growing appropriately, and that our older whales, like Takara, are maintaining a healthy weight. Wow, that looks like a lot of fun. Hey everyone, Takara is over here with Matthew. Now Matthew, the whales can communicate through a wide variety of means, and one of those ways is with their blowhole. They can create vocalizations. You're going to ask her to demonstrate a vocalization. Show her that first hand signal with your arms up and waving your hands back and forth. Great job, Matthew. Now another way they can communicate is by leaping out of the water and coming crashing down and making a loud sound. And that sound can be heard from miles away because sound waves underwater travel 4.5 times faster than they do in the air. So you're going to ask her to demonstrate a breach. Go ahead and show that second hand signal. Both arms down to your right and then throw it across your chest. There you go. There you go. And she's off. Now let's watch as she swims down to the bottom of this pool. Keep your eyes on her. Everybody in the audience, help me out and listen at just how loud she sounds when she does this. Oh, look out there! Matthew, I had no idea that was going to happen. Yeah, pretty convenient that I have this towel here for you, sir. Let's give it up for our volunteers.
As you can see, killer whales can communicate by leaping out of the water and making a huge splash. SeaWorld's research and observation of the killer whales in our care have shed light on many of the mysteries that surround these amazing animals. For example,
Let's all take a journey, explore the great unknown, wonder at creation, everywhere we go. Miracles surround us, wherever we may roam. Privilege unites us, call this earth our home. From the highest high to the deepest deep, so much mystery.
Ladies and gentlemen, we hope that by joining us today, these animals have inspired you in keeping your appreciation for killer whales, just as they have for all of us. We'll continue to learn from them and hope you will as well. Thanks for joining us, and don't forget to check out Hydropower Extreme FX and our 4th of July fireworks celebration at Bayside Stadium at 9:45 tonight. Have a great rest of your day here at SeaWorld. Goodbye.
Follow SeaWorld on Facebook and Instagram to keep track of our latest rescues and find out more about animals in our community. Thanks again.